What's up, guys? Bodybuilders, fitness, physique, figure, all you beautiful competitors out there. I just wanted to jump on tonight and talk a little bit about winning. As we start to really get into the show season, the kickoff has already begun. A lot of you are preparing for your shows, and I just wanted to talk about some things that really prevent you from winning. And they're things that oftentimes you don't find out about until after the show, until you get your show pictures. And these things are totally preventable. And there's nothing worse than being unprepared for a show, right? You go to workshops, you try to learn from people how to pose and do your best to get on stage, but then something happens. You actually have to implement and create those shapes on your own, and then when you're on stage, there's no mirror. So you think when you're up there on stage that you're presenting and that you look amazing, but you may not, right? You may not be showing your best angles, your best features. I remember there was one show, I don't even know, I started 20 years ago, a lot of you know that, but I remember in my very early days, I was very new to competing, and I remember getting my show pictures back, and I thought I should have placed a little bit better. I guess we all hope that we should place better when our placements come back. But then when I got the pictures, I was like, oh, now I know why. Now I know why I should not have placed better. Because I was over posing, I was pinching my shoulder, I was just trying so hard, and I was not creating the shapes that were flattering on me. And I didn't find that out until later. So think about this for a second. All of you that are preparing for your shows, you're dialing in right now, your days, your weeks, your months, some of you years preparing for shows. You're getting up there and you've got all this time invested, right? Competing isn't just about the financial cost, your time and energy that's going into this. And then think about it. You get your posing pictures back from being on stage, and you're like, wow, that's not good. Or you go up to the judging panel and you find out that your stage presence bombed, or you should have placed higher, but you couldn't open your lats. A lot of things that are totally preventable, and you don't find that out until after the show. So there's such a cost to that, right? For being either A, unprepared, or B, maybe learning from the wrong people. You know, I've had a lot of the clients that I've worked with over the years aren't actually the new people. Of course, I've worked with many new people, and I love that because you're a blank slate. You're totally coachable. You're like clay. I can totally make you into anything. But the most challenging competitors were actually the ones that would come to me with the bad habits, the ones that went up after the shows and got the feedback from the judges, and the judges said, wow, your posing just really needs an overhaul. And it's like, wow, all that time that I spent, your physique looked amazing, but now the posing. So they come to me to fix a lot of these bad habits. And you know what? They're the most challenging because you have a way in your mind now, it's all in your subconscious. You have a way of posing and moving and doing these shapes that you're supposed to do on stage. And remember, everything is nonverbal. You do not have a mirror, so you think you're doing it one way. But now you're coming to me, and I have to completely rewrite that narrative in your subconscious. I have to completely rewrite that narrative. So that takes time, and that takes technique and skill, and that's not something that is something you can find out from a workshop. You're not going to find that out from just a general workshop. You're not going to find that out from, a simple posing coach. I mean, everybody's a posing coach these days. I mean, when I started teaching posing 10 years ago, there was no such thing as posing coaches. So unfortunately, over the years, I think a lot of people just did a show, and similar to nutrition and training, a lot of you coaches out there who might be listening, I know you feel this when people just, have a decent showing and maybe even just genetically do a great job at their first show. And next thing you know, next to their social media handles, they have coach next to their name, and they use the same nutrition plan that they had, and they just basically cookie cutter it and dial somebody into a show, and it's hot mess express. So it's the same with posing as well. Everybody, in some of these divisions, you only have like 2 poses. But the interesting thing about those divisions that only have 2 poses is there's so much more than just those 2 poses. There's the character, that development. And that's a lot of times us bodybuilders, fitness, physique, fitness model, whatever division you are, men or women, it doesn't matter. This means a lot to you. We want to win, but we also work so hard in the gym, and it's kind of an interesting translation a lot of times, especially if you're a serious personality, getting up on stage and having a persona that's fun and exciting and sassy, and that might be awkward for you. Or, even you, men's classic physique or bodybuilding, you get up there and you have this routine, and you get up there and it's like deer in the headlight. that's it. That's your routine. And there's no character to that. So those are the things that you're not going to learn from the average person. You're not. And to be able to create that character and that, that specific shape for your body that matches your physique and what looks good on you, that's a skill. And that's not something that a general posing coach or just a general clinic that's going to have somebody who may have gotten a pro card at a show and all of a sudden they're now a teacher. They're just going to show you what they do and what looks good on them. They're not going to teach you what looks good on you. And there's a lot of posing choreography out there that is just, in my opinion, it's all just cookie cutter. It all looks the same. There's no innovation. Even the suits look the same. So what I'm trying to get at is you want to get up there and you want to win. And I totally get it. I've been doing this for 20 years. It means a lot to me too. And I'm just as competitive as you are. As a teacher, I want you to win too. And I want your best shapes. And I absolutely love the transformations in you guys, taking you from caterpillar to butterfly to green to totally slaying that stage. How many of you, I've sat in the audience and the hair stands up on my back because I'm watching you and I'm like, I remember when you walked in to my studio or virtually. Some of you, I've never even, over the years, I don't even never met you in real life. And you show me your photos or I see your videos and I'm like, who is that? And I just love that. I'm just as competitive as you are, and I want you to win just as much as you do. So I have a clinic that's actually coming up. It's one of a kind. It's not going to be your average clinic where it's a show and tell. I'm not going to be in these fancy clothes where I'm going to be like, look at me, and follow a leader. No, this is about you and getting you to slay the stage, breaking your bad habits. What are your limitations? What are your issues? What is going to make you you? Which is why I've limited it to 10 spots. Because I want it to be more personal. I want there to be that customization. And the clinic runs from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. If you are in the Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, if you're within that area, then you need to be at this clinic. You just do. I've had people drive 4 hours each way, take boats to come and see me because they know that when they come to see me, you're going to learn things that you're not going to learn anywhere else. And you're going to slay it. So what I have for you, ltpclinic.com. Come to the clinic, which is April 2nd here in Connecticut. You can find out all the details at ltpclinic.com, 11:30 to 2:30. And there's only 10 spots. And if you book, I've got an extra bonus that I want to tell you about. If you book a spot before Sunday, I'm going to throw in a free virtual assessment. So you're going to get 15 personal minutes of my time where I'm going to critique you and I'm going to give you the exact things that you need to do to work on. So in addition to the clinic where you're going to implement everything and you're going to do it with me in person, which is like super exciting. So go to ltpclinic.com. You want to win. I want you to win. So let's slay it together and sign up before Sunday and grab that free assessment as well. So have a wonderful night, everybody. And I hope to see you coming up on April 2nd.